gotta admit.
Okay, you can admit it if you want.
I was a little taken aback because when I first started interacting with our guests that we have here today, I pictured somebody. I pictured an old like panhandler. I thought you'd be like 70 years old. I was shocked when I came in. You were a young cat, man. So kudos to you for being as good as you are and as young as you are.
Well, thank you.
That's really good. Anywho, Wood, how you been?
Good. I've been good. Yeah, thank you.
Why does your shirt have guns on it?
I don't know. It was given to me. It's also got leaves on it. I think those are. Yeah, it's got leaves on it.
And red stitch with black buttons.
Yeah, I don't know. It was given to me, so I put it on. I liked it.
And you got weed socks on.
I do.
Okay, so you're all over the place.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, this had leaves and those are leaves. So I'm leafy today.
Wood, today we have a mask off. Tell them what a mask off is.
Yeah, guys. So for those of you that are new here and haven't participated in a mask off, what a mask off is when we bring somebody into the mobile moving woodshed a lot of the times. We get to know that person. We get to know what it is they do because they always do it better than we could ever imagine doing it. And we peel that mask off, if you will, and we get to know who they are and more about them. So without further ado, to our mask off guest, what is your name and what is it that you do?
My name is Byron Diamond. No, name's Byron Diamond. I do a lot of things, but we're here at my business, B Diamond Leather, where the wife and I work, and we are custom leathersmiths and saddle makers.
Do you make whips?
We do make whips.
Do you make whips for humans?
We can, yes. You just tell me what you need: 4-plat, 6-plat, 12-plat, round braid, whatever you need, we can make it.
You might as well have spoke German to me right there, but you know what you're doing, don't you?
We do. Hey, we make a little naughty time set, so.
And I mean the pleasurable stuff.
Yes,
you know
yes, that's part of our naughty time set.
Okay. Right. You said naughty time?
Naughty time set.
Yeah.
All right, so when we have a mask off, we like to warm up our guy with some weird, or girl with some weird fucking questions. So we got some out of left field. This is you coming in here, cleaning your leather station. You got those big, is those? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. Is those granite?
Yes, those are granite. They're actually tombstones or headstones before they were carved.
On the other side, you're not out there stealing tombstone heads.
Yeah, there's somebody's name in there.
There's no name on the other side.
No, not. It's 300 pounds. I couldn't pick it up to tell you right now, but no, I got it from a friend.
Oh, okay.
From a buddy.
A living one.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of.
All right.
Grandma's on the other side of that thing.
My question is this: have you ever bailed anyone out of jail?
Yes.
What goes on a pizza?
Pineapple and Canadian bacon.
You know what? We're almost there. I go pineapple and pepperoni, and people want to slap me all the time.
I don't know why.
Pineapple is fucking delicious.
It
is. Has a zing to the pizza,
it does.
Right?
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the zesty and the sweet together.
Do you put hot sauce on your pizza?
I haven't tried that yet.
Put a little hot sauce on there with that zing right there.
Yeah.
Back to the bail somebody out, because you answered that kind of quick like you just did it 20 minutes ago. How many times have you done this?
Several.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 20 minutes ago.
People know when they go to jail they can call Byron and he'll get them out?
Yeah, I'll help you out.
Okay. Do you have a contingency? Like, if you did this, I'm not bailing you out.
Yes.
Okay. So you do have a limit.
Yeah, there's a limit.
All right. Is there a dollar limit too?
No.
You'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's question B of that same, subsection B of that same question.
Okay.
Have you been bailed out of jail? Okay.
Once or twice. Sorry, Mom. Well, actually, Mom, you were there to do it twice, so.
Last time you lost your keys.
Crap. I'm not. I'm a creature of habit, so I hang my keys in the same spot every time, so I don't lose them. So I'd probably say teenager.
Teenager. Okay. What's your favorite season?
Fall.
Why?
I like the weather. It's good for cruising. You have the chillier nights, but a little bit warmer days, so you can wear a t-shirt and then a hoodie at night.
Gotcha. Okay.
And because of Halloween.
What do you mean?
Halloween's in the fall.
Yeah, it is. You like Halloween?
Love Halloween.
Hence the tombstones you stole. We knew you fucking stole those things.
And which era do you wish you were born in?
I'm actually pretty good in the era I was born in now, although it would have been cool back in the 1800s.
Okay, make up your mind. Which one is it?
Why the 1800s though? Let's start with that.
Well, so what am I allowed to say anything on this website on this?
Like fuck?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I went there.
All right.
What's the word you said?
Cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So
You,
here's where you're hanging out.
you guys are serious. No, well, so back in the 1800s, if you piss me off, we're going to go outside.
Yeah.
And you're either going to shoot me or I'm going to shoot you.
Okay.
Nowadays, a bunch of little bitches. I can't tell you how many times I'm driving on the freeway and I don't cut anybody off. I'm just cruising, and someone flies around me, cuts me off, and then exits and flips me off.
Oh, that's a bitch move. As they get off.
Yeah.
Here's what I learned, because I was one of those guys. I had road rage tendencies in my youth. I don't even look no more. I just look straight, because I know they're doing shit. I know they grab beside me. I know it, and I'm sitting there and I'm massaging my fucking steering wheel and I'm just bending that bitch, and I just don't look, because it's not worth it.
Honestly, I need to start doing
Don't
that.
look.
Yeah.
Just don't look.
That's
Because
it's really.
it literally drives me crazy, because I'm from the generation of, if you have an issue, go outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Work it out.
And then even if we're friends, and then guess what? Afterwards, I'll hug you.
Buy your beer.
Yep, and then we'll be fine again. Nowadays, it's just not that way.
Right.
No, it is not.
I agree with you. In the 1800s, from where I stand, if I can be magnanimous with your life, works for you, because you could have done the leather work and worked for trade.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You would have been
Yeah.
the beaver pelt guy.
Yeah.
The raccoon hat dude. And you would have made all that shit, and you would have got vegetables and, whores or whatever else
Yeah.
you get. Right?
I'd have been set up. Horses, you name it.
You would have been fine. And our guest always introduced. No, did I go backwards?
No, you're
Yeah,
on the right page here.
No, we got to do our advertising.
No, that's first.
This is first.
That's
okay.
Oh wow, my goodness!
It's
See, we are
it
going
has not been
backwards.
that long.
It's Friday at fucking 2:48.
That is
I
true.
am
That's
way
true.
off. All right.
Yeah.
And our guest
Fair.
always introduces us snaggles. What are we drinking?
Mazana Brewing. Salud.
So
Okay.
it is
Did
a.
I say that right?
I think
I don't
so.
know. What did you? Did
yeah,
you?
yeah, it's good enough.
Okay.
It's an amber lager, so it's
How does it taste?
really good,
Good.
actually.
I'm drinking root beer. They're drinking this yummy, tasty beverage over on the other side. So get one of these.
You know what? We always have a mask off guest on it, and I hit him up, and I'm like, what do you drink? Because we'll bring it, right?
Uh-huh.
And he said root beer and water. I was like, cheap date. That's easy.
I'm easy.
He's gonna watch two fools get drunk.
Yeah, I'm actually cheap and easy, so it makes it good for everybody.
Independent of each other, huh?
It's got them both.
And as always, Snaggles is brought to you.
Our Snaggles is brought to you guys first by, had to switch screens, sorry, Tiger Claw Tattoo, guys. They're over there in Mill Creek. You know where they're at. If you don't, now you do. Their number, 801-410-4245. I would say our guest here he's got a
Byron, do you have any tattoos?
Just one
Yes.
just one continuous one.
from
right?
from the knees to the top of my head.
Have you ever gone to Tiger Claw Tattoo?
No, but I've heard good things about those guys.
Then you're fucking up. Start over. Get a do-over. Get all that off here and start with Tiger Claw. What was your first tattoo?
First tattoo's on my calf, on the side of my calf. It's a Indian in a wolf's headdress done by my buddy with a ghetto ass tattoo machine.
That's got 90s written all over it. Am I right?
It was. I was 15.
Please tell me you don't have barbed wire on your.
Nope,
okay.
no barbed wire, no tribal, no Yosemite Sam,
No Chinese writing.
no Chinese writing,
Okay.
no naked girls, nothing.
You dodged that bullet, right?
So, guys,
If you got any room for any more tattoos, take your ass down to Tiger Claw Tattoo. Tell them SoWhutChuSayin sent you. These guys are fabulous.
Yep,
Yes,
they
they are.
sound fierce. They sound fierce.
yes, they are. Next up, guys, we have MVP Jersey Framing. So that's mvpjerseyframing.com. If you have anything, you know what? It'd be nice, Keith, if you have some leather, like your chaps that you walk around in, just get those framed up.
But I
Yeah,
use
put it
them
in
so often. It'd be a pain in the ass to
okay.
take them out all the time. He's got my
Giant-
newspapers done. He's got my newspapers done. I saw him the other day. He didn't bring my newspapers. He claims he has them done. I believe
okay.
him.
All
So
right.
if you have, do you put your leather work in contests or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Do you have anything that's your favorite?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm telling you, take it to this guy. He'll frame it up. He's done wrestling gear, headgear, the shoes. He's done jerseys. He's done newspapers. He built me a fucking fabulous doghouse. Do you have a dog?
I do.
What kind of dog do you have?
We have a mini poodle, and we have a half American bulldog, half old English bulldog.
Okay. So so it's got the American bulldog height. Oh,
wow.
English, the tall one.
Old E, yeah.
Okay. What's the disposition of that dog?
It's a good family dog, but it wants to rip everybody's face off that's outside the house.
Okay. So when you take it outside the house, is it fine?
Yep.
Is it socialized there?
Yep.
So just at home?
Yes.
Perfect dog.
Yep, they're
Perfect
guardian.
dog. You did good.
Yep.
You need a doghouse for that dog, or does it stay in the house all the time?
Stays in the house.
Okay, well, either way, guys, go
Yeah,
see
but
MVP jersey.
well, I am curious about MVP jerseys really quick, though. If I die and Candace has my torso tanned, will he make that into a
yeah, he'll frame
thing?
it up for
Frame
you.
it up,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, we'll force him to,
For the right money, I'm sure he'd do it.
Okay, perfect.
There'd be some vomit
Yeah,
DNA
that's
all
all
over
right.
the place, I'm sure, but he'd do it.
Yeah, Candace gets a good chunk of change if I die, so he'll be all right.
All right.
And last up, guys, we have Kick Rocks Clothing. They are on Instagram.com/KickRocksClothing. Check him out over there. I think he still has some of his tumblers left, and he put up some, if I'm not mistaken, some of his hats with his little astronaut logo.
The astronaut Martian dude.
Yeah,
that's
it's really
popping
cool.
off right now. I guess
Yeah.
those are flying off the show.
Yeah.
I want a shirt with one of those, man.
So do I. I would like a nice T-shirt with that astronaut right there in the center.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to see what he's got coming up next, but I'm sure he'll let us know when he gets it. Anyway, that's the end of those sponsors.
All right,
That's it.
Byron.
Well, hold on, real
Okay.
quick. You guys need more sponsors.
Okay.
So anyone listening, you guys need to get a hold of these guys and sponsor this show.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
Well,
why not?
Well, I don't know why. Why not? I mean,
sons of bitches.
we're in a business right now. Maybe he gets.
Hey, get off your asses and sponsor these guys.
Yeah. Leather people can sponsor him. So we're sitting in your shop right now. You B Diamond Leather. You're Byron Diamond, which is a badass. It sounds like a rapper's name.
Thank
B
you.
Diamond. It really does.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, talking to your wife earlier, you're an ex-break dancer.
Yes, ex-break
So
dancer.
you jam on it, all that shit, right?
I could pop lock, I could floor work, you name it, I used to be able to do it.
But here you are in your leather shop. How did you get started in this business? First of all, tell the people exactly what you do.
So we kind of do a plethora of things, but we are a custom leather shop, so you can come down to us and get anything from custom belt, purse, wallet, gun holster, knife sheath, you name it, we can customize it for you and make it for you. None of our stuff is made by kit, so everything is our own patterns and our own artwork. You can also bring your saddle or other leather goods down here that need to be restored, and we can restore it or make you a saddle.
And you do have a website, right?
We do, bdiamondleather.com.
Okay.
So you work with cowboys.
Yep.
And cowgirls. You work with bikers.
Yep.
And dominatrix.
Yep.
That's your wheelhouse, right there.
Pretty much.
Is leather only from cows, or can you get leather from a sheep or a goat?
So typically leather comes from cows, but you have suede, which is pig. You have.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Did you know that? I thought suede was still leather.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, it's basically still leather, but it's a suede. It's a different process.
Suede is always a pig.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
But I actually do have. So we don't just work with individuals. We actually are a manufacturing company as well for other companies, and so we work with a company called Mazzella, and they bring us vegan leather.
Explain.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said at first. And well, people would ask us, "Hey, do you guys do vegan leather?" And Candace would always say, "Well, cows only eat grass, so technically that's vegan."
Candace is your wife.
Yes, Candace is my
Okay.
wife, my beautiful, amazing wife.
There you go.
And she has big tits.
I didn't notice. I spoke to her like an adult.
Thank you.
Okay.
But they're there. Trust me. I have pictures. I'll show you guys when
It's
we're
like you
over.
missed out, right?
But yeah, no. I had this company come to me called Mazzella, and they said, "Hey, if we provide you with this new product that's vegan leather, can you make us some products out of it?" I said, "Yeah, bring it in. Let me try and see what I got."
Okay.
And with that, there's two different styles of vegan leather. There is mango leather, which it's made out of the skin of mangoes, which it actually even smells like a mango. It's crazy. And then there's cactus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the cactus
That's kind of neat.
is a lot more pliable and works a lot better, but it's pretty cool actually.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me you can take enough mango skins to make it turn into leather?
Yeah.
Do you have some of that in here right now?
Yeah, I do.
Does it still smell like mango?
Yeah.
How the fuck did you not show us that when we first walked in here?
I was in awe of your guys' amazing good looks. That's how. It threw me off. I was in shock.
It happens. It does. We hear that often.
Yeah.
My bad for thinking,
Yeah.
you were on your game when you saw us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we're on video right now, but if we're not, these guys aren't wearing pants. So it made it a little uncomfortable, but, whatever.
So mango leather, cactus leather.
Yep.
And it's just a door. Can you not tell the difference in terms of take the smell out? But I'm talking tangible. If I look at a piece of leather from a cow and I look at mango and I look at cactus, can I not tell the difference? Me being a what is that? A layman?
A layperson. Yeah.
Layperson.
No, the mango you can tell a big difference. It has a dramatic difference in looks. The cactus though, so there's different types of leather as well. So you have your tooling leather, your saddle skirting, you have garment leather, interior leather. I mean, there's a bunch of different leathers. And the cactus leather actually looks like a normal interior or commercial grade, like jacket leather.
As tough. So if I ride a motorcycle and I get in an accident and I skid, it's not as tough.
Not as tough.
Okay, so you're going with cow leather all day. So
All
the rest
day
of that
long.
shit, once the shit hits the fan,
You want real leather.
you want real leather.
Yeah.
Because as you're skidding across and your fucking shoulders getting road rash, you're like, God damn it, I should have fucking,
I mean, I love cactus.
I should have
but-
killed that cow.
Yeah. Yeah. That vegan goes out the door at that point.
All right. So how'd you get into this?
So 12 years ago, I was building a motorcycle and I had about $5,000 into the bike. And I wanted a custom seat made, and I wasn't doing leather back then. And so I did my research, and the only fuckers that were doing leather seats at the time were also on TV, so they charged an arm and a leg. It was like $3,000 to $5,000 for a damn seat.
I'm on TV, bitch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow. And so to me, that was like getting a $200 Honda Civic and putting $1,200 rims on the damn thing. It just doesn't make sense.
Which I've actually seen.
Yes,
okay.
even more so in Ogden and Salt Lake. But so I went out and I got a basic starter kit, started doing leather, and everything else kind of just went from
So
there.
can you draw?
Yeah.
All right. So you see things different. So you see a piece of leather and you're like, I can do that.
Yes.
All right. But how did you know the techniques? You didn't have somebody apprentice. You didn't have somebody having you catch a fly with chopsticks. You didn't have that shit. You just did it on your own. So you fucked up a lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah. Actually, so, I mean, granted, this doesn't count, but it kind of does count. But see the circle pattern right there in the window seal? It's actually upside down, but that's supposed to be a rabbit. I did that in the 6th grade at Boy Scout camp. That's technically, that piece of shit one.
The smaller one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that technically is my very first leather thing I ever did in the 6th grade.
MVP jersey framing. Fucking hook you up right there.
Actually, I might have to hit them up about that because that'd be pretty rad.
They'll put that in a frame for you. So it was always there. It was always there for you.
Yeah, well, and so growing up, I've always been artistic. I did graffiti for 15 years. And then when I moved to Utah, one of my first friends in Utah actually was a tattoo artist.
Excuse me, can I stop you for a minute?
Sure.
You just skipped over committing crimes for 15 years.
I was just trying to make it like it was a casual, normal thing.
Like everybody does this. you know. There's puberty. Graffiti.
And then you go into face people's property.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I didn't tag. I did like big burners. I was a big piece.
Okay. Where did you do them? Did you do them at your house? No. You went under an
Train
overpass.
car.
No, my mom didn't let me.
Okay.
Train cars, you can still see them flying.
Train cars, walls.
Yeah.
I actually, the night I turned 18, I went to prison. Well, not prison. I went to jail because I was. How am I supposed to laugh away from when you guys are making me laugh? So I was actually doing a big burner on the freeway down in Salt Lake.
They're called burners.
Yeah.
Big pieces. Okay.
Yeah, and the cops rolled up, and I ran. I jumped like a 10-foot wall, like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I took off, and I got away, but a dude I was with ratted me out.
Oh, that fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You never rat.
No, you don't. And he said, I didn't rat. I just told him what kind of car you drove. I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just told him your license plate number.
Yeah.
Tell me where your mama live.
Yeah, so I was hiding out in the bushes for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, coast is clear. Make it back to my car.
Yeah.
Go to take off. And they instantly pull me over and I go to jail.
Yeah.
But my mom was out of town. My stepdad was home. I called him at like 4 a.m. and said, hey, I'm in jail. And he starts laughing at me and says, yeah, it's your 18th birthday, and hangs up on me.
He said, hey, I'm in jail. Forget all that shit I said about you over the years. He's like, fuck you, Byron.
Yeah. So I ended up getting a hold of my sister, and then she bailed me out.
Older sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the youngest out of 6.
How many boys?
I have one older brother.
And then all the rest are girls?
All the rest are girls.
All right. That can be a good thing. Girls can teach you a lot of
Yeah,
things.
they taught me a lot.
Girls are fabulous. So back to the tagging.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Back to the illegal activity.
Yes.
How did you realize you could do that? Like because I've always wondered when people they make these murals and shit, how do you see that big piece? How do you know this line and shading here? I grew up back east, and there was a time where the trains were just covered in fucking Picasso-esque, Rembrandt-esque. You know, it was beautiful.
Yep.
But obviously, not UTA, MBTA didn't like it, right? Because it was defacing what they were doing. But they were beautiful. Some of these trains were beautiful. How do you do the scale? How do you do it to scale? How do you see like that?
So I sketch it out and on a piece of paper, and then I also map out how many feet each section of my paper is.
Kind of like what Marcus said from Kick Rocks.
Yep. Same kind of thing.
Yeah, so I map it out, and then I know, and when I get to the wall, I'll line out, and then I walk and line out, walk, so I know exactly where everything needs to be.
Oh, wow.
Now, don't act like I'm doing it now.
Okay.
I'm not a criminal now, kind of. In a way. Like, I do some stuff, but not graffiti.
All right. So you went from graffiti. You knew you had skills. You saw a cow in a field one day, and you're like, I want to carve that bitch up.
Yeah.
No, I want to spray paint that fucking cow. And your boy's like, wait a minute. Yeah. I got something better. All right.
How do you carve him?
Actually, this kind of makes sense now that you said that really quick, because I got shot when I was 19.
Oh, boy.
But
you know what?
I was in the farmer's field doing graffiti on a wall in his field, and he shot at us.
Oh, you got rock salt.
No, it was a 22.
Oh, he was really trying to kill you.
It shot me in the shin. But I've done Muay Thai a lot, and so I used to roll my shins. And so my shins are rock hard.
Yeah, from
kicking.
So,
and so it stuck in, and I ran. I'm like, crap. And so we all ran. I get back to the car, and I'm bleeding. I'm like, I think a rock got in my shoe or something, and I flicked it out, and it was a bullet.
Oh, wow.
All right. See, here's the
That's
problem.
why I hate cows. Fuck cows.
Here's the problem I have with you right now, Byron. All right. Normally we have a mask, and we talked again. We said eclectic.
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with you. Like, we got the graffiti, we got the cow, we got the Muay Thai, we got the breakdancing.
Right.
What else you got for us, man? What else?
There's a lot.
Okay.
It's just wherever you want to go.
I'm trying to stay linear, but you keep taking me off to the side.
Right. We are trying to stay linear. We are in a leather shop, and I mean, there's that. We walked in and we could smell the leather. Yeah. Keith and I could smell it.
Yeah.
I was like, smell. Can you still smell the leather?
No, not anymore.
How long has it been since you couldn't? Or is it like in the morning you're like,
nope, not even
fresh.
then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been 5-6 years. I can't smell it.
This motherfucker smells like leather.
Well, it's what we hear.
Yeah. This motherfucker smells straight like leather.
Even Candace can't smell it anymore.
You hope it does. You don't want to walk in here and have it smell like plastic.
Very true.
Or it smells like mangoes. You melting plastic in the
Actually,
back?
before you leave, you guys aren't going to be amazed, no joke, that it smells like mangoes.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So the leather thing, 12 years ago, the bike, you were building a motorcycle, so obviously you're a mechanic.
Yeah.
I see the 1960 El Camino out there.
Yep.
All right. That's got prison written all over it, so I won't bring that up. But I mean, the motherfucker's laying on the ground.
It is.
All right.
Yeah.
And you said this is what you do.
Yep. For fun.
No handles. What color is it? You got the gold top, yellow top.
It's a gold top. So the top is a gold base coat with gold flake. There's 6 layers of gold flake, and then I have 8 layers of clear coat over it. And then the body is a gold base with gold flake, and then a House of Color brandy wine candy.
Wow. That's pretty intricate.
Yeah, but I have to do the brandy wine part. It's getting too beat up for me.
Okay. All right. Get back to the leather.
Yeah, sorry.
So you started doing the leather.
Yep.
And who'd you do it for?
Myself. So at first I was just trying to make cool things. Like I wanted to make the motorcycle seat for my motorcycle.
Right.
And then I'd just make little odds and end things. And then I had about 3-4 months into doing leather, I had a customer come up to me and ask me if I could make a custom purse for her. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, I can do that. What do you want on it? She wanted skulls, so I drew up some skulls. I made the pattern, made this rad purse. Well, she ended up being from Las Vegas, and there's a store in Vegas that deals with all skull-related items. And she showed them, and they ended up placing like a $8,000 order with me 4 or 5 months into me doing leather.
Wow.
But then at the same time, I was working as an industrial mechanic, and I ended up getting fired. because of because I like to say it's because of my good looks, but I think it's because of my mouth.
Okay. Which is on your face, so
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I had to fall back on something, so I just tried to fall back on doing what I was really enjoying at the time, which was leather.
I would have thought. So what year? You said just 12 years ago, so it's 2010.
Yep.
So you just missed like the airbrush era, because 2010, if you go back another 12 years or another 8 years, you got the airbrush era where you could have done with your graffiti, spray painting,
Yeah.
Yep.
illegal activity
Yeah.
under
Did you
bridges,
try any
running
of
from the
that?
course. You could have done an airbrush, because when I met Diego, I saw him in his fucking
That's true.
denim jacket with the airbrush, and I was like, who's this motherfucker got on the back of his jacket? And it was his own face, because he's arrogant.
I love that, actually.
He's an actor.
I actually have a tattoo of myself.
Okay, so you and Diego should fucking run around together. And when I got to know him, he's like, who else am I going to have on my jacket? I was like, I don't know. Charles Barkley? He's like, fuck it, Charles Barkley. I'll have me on there because I'm the most important thing. I was like, you got a point.
Yeah.
You got a point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you missed the airbrush thing, and you started doing the leather.
Well, but with the leather, though, we do airbrush. So when we are dyeing our leather, if it's a custom fade or a custom piece, we actually use an airbrush to fade and blend it all in.
Do you do it under an overpass as the cops drive by just to get that fix? No, I'm just saying, no, because
That's fucked up.
No, but that would be your best
That's
work.
fucked up. You know he's saying that because I have tattoos, right?
Yeah. You get that fix, you know.
Yeah.
Would co-sign it. All right, so you can do all that shit.
Yeah.
The trial and error portion of it. Talk about that segment for you, because I'm sure there was a huge trial and error portion. Still is.
Still is. And actually, to answer your question really fast, I used to do the dyeing and the airbrushing, but actually I trained Candace how to do, and she's absolutely amazing.
Okay, I would go with taught my wife how to do. I wouldn't go train, because that's going to get you fucked up.
I trained that bitch.
Oh.
Just kidding, Candace.
Recording live from the jail, B Diamond Part 2. Or infirmary, not jail, infirmary.
No, actually, Candace has a really good sense of humor. She is an amazing woman.
Does she have a lot of brothers?
No,
brothers.
she just has a sister.
That's it. 2 girls, and she has a sense of humor for that?
Yeah.
Because I've always noticed, like, girls with a lot of brothers can take that shit.
Yeah, no, she's actually, well, her sister's a lesbian.
So
Does
she's
that
got
kinda
one
count?
brother?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
One brother.
She got a half brother. Y'all don't got the same dad? No, she's just my half brother.
But no, she actually, she's it's very few and far in between someone that can be with me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that loves my sense of humor and loves me being funny and doing the crazy stuff that I do, and she's right there with me doing
That's
everything.
awesome.
So
that's a true soulmate.
yeah, it truly is. And I've been married before.
Mm-hmm.
And,
How long?
How long? What?
How long were you married?
Before?
Yeah.
Couple years for each one.
He just. We'll skip on. So anyhow, your trial and errors.
Yes.
With
So
the
once
leather.
back to trial and error, actually, and that's actually a great thing. So trial and error. I mean, I would honestly say for any craft, and this is me getting kind of real with people and myself, but any craft, you're gonna have trial and error. Mm-hmm. If you're not, then you're not doing something right, because you have to try with everything. And sometimes, like the way my brain works is I have to physically do it, or I can't just have, like, if you wanted me to learn something, you couldn't tell me. I would have to watch you do it, and I'd have to do it with you.
Yes.
That's the only way my brain works.
Okay.
And so, or I just have to go and try it and screw it up.
Mm-hmm.
And so trial and error is a huge thing for me in this business.
And then you understand your screw ups. Like,
Yep.
when you do it and you screw it up, like, oh yeah, I fucked up here.
Yep.
It's like in a fight. Like any fight I ever lost, and I've lost a lot.
Yeah, you
right?
gotta learn from it.
You're like, oh fuck, I know why I lost that fight, because I did this, because
Yep.
I did that, because
Yep.
you know what I mean. And you have MMA background. You used to fight that shit. God,
Yeah.
Here's another fucking layer.
Well, back
I
then
know.
it wasn't called
Dude.
MMA, though. It was called pit fighting when I used to fight.
Were you fighting dogs?
No, it would you'd have people would get together, and you'd have 2 dudes that were going to fight, and people would bet on the fight. But it's called pit fighting. It wasn't called MMA.
It was in a barn or in a pit or in a parking lot
anywhere
or
you
under
were,
over.
yeah.
Anywhere that people could form so you couldn't get out of the fight.
Bare knuckle. Bare knuckle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. No rules.
You got all your teeth?
Every last well, I lost one over here, but that was because of a cavity.
Oh, so nobody knocked your teeth out.
Nope.
How many times you had your nose broke?
3. You can tell it's broken. And actually, I have an ingrown hair right here that's killing me on the inside of my nose. So
But there's that.
When you got your nose broken from a punch or a kick, you knew immediately it was broken.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
yeah, you hear it, and
Isn't
you
that the way-
notice what your nose is doing differently.
Did you keep going?
Yeah.
First time I got my nose broke, I'll never forget it. I was on Seaver Street. I got my nose broke, and Seaver Street had these real high curbs, right? They were like 1.5 feet up. Don't ask me why.
Is that normal?
Strange.
Is it in Boston?
No, I think it's strange anywhere. Unless it's
in some places in Boston, you got real high curbs, and I remember he fucking punched me. God damn it! Again, I know when I lost the fight.
Yeah.
Well, it was before I got my nose broke, but anyway, he punched me in the nose, and I just sat on the curb. I was like, you got me.
Yeah.
You want to keep going? I was like, dude, you got me.
Yeah, you won, bro. No problem.
Can I get a towel, please? Because it fucks you up, man.
No,
and then after that,
yeah,
you just fight through it.
Yep. Well, and I my first time I got broken, I got sucker punched from behind, and the dude just came full force and just smashed my nose and went to the whole side of my face.
Yeah, that's cheap.
And I just remember it sucked and it hurt, but my eyes were watering.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah.
And so when I turned around, I had a hard time recognizing who sucker punched me.
That's why I stopped, because I couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hit me, and just everything went blurry. My eyes were watering, and the least of my worries was the blood. I just could not see.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
All right. So
is there? Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is there? Do you ever get pieces where someone comes in and requests something that you don't know how to do it?
Yeah.
And then what do you do at that point?
Do
you turn them away, or
No.
you just
No.
like, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I have the I can do anything attitude
Okay.
when it comes to leather.
Uh-huh.
And so people come in with the craziest ideas. I'm like, oh, yeah, sure, I can do that. Then for the next 3 weeks, I have anxiety. Well, I'm like, shit, why did I even take that? And Candace is getting mad at me. Why the hell did you take that? I said, I don't know, because I think I can do it. And then I do it, and it turns out all right, or it turns out like shit, and I do it 3 more times before the customer picks it up.
So you never failed on that?
Oh, I failed a bunch of times.
No, you never failed on delivering to the customer. When they say, can you do this? Can you make me a bedazzled chandelier on my fucking leather skirt for the prom on Thursday, September 23rd? Can you do that? Yeah. Right? And so they bring it to you in June, and by September 20th, you have it done.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Trial and error. And if I have to make it 4 or 5 times, I'll make it 4 or 5 times until I feel comfortable allowing it to leave the shop.
Do you practice on a smaller scale, or do you practice, or do you do and see how it goes, and then redo it the same? And
I just do it.
Ugh.
That's just how my brain works. Like I had there's one time in particular that really pisses me off, and it was probably within the first year I was doing leather. I made this rad purse. It was this big, huge purse. It was all hand carved with horses all the way around it, and then it was hand painted. It was an $800 purse.
Ooh.
The last 2 things I had to do was to stitch a seam on it and then add some things on the bottom. And those 2 things, I screwed up the whole entire purse. And I had to remake the whole entire purse.
First of all, I love when we have people on here that are from our area because they use words like rad.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to say bitchin'. You know what I mean? Do you take it? Where do you get your leather from? Do you go out and point at that cow and like, that cow looked at me funny? I want his fucking skin, all right? And I want that bitch's skin over there because she didn't say hi to me when I walked in. Or do you just get it from a factory? Do you get it from butchers? Where do you get it from?
No, just from a factory. We have 3 different facilities that we go through. One's in Northern California, one's in Texas, one's local.
All right. And how does the leather come? Does it come in big cow-shaped sheets?
So you can buy leather in a shoulder. You can buy it in a double shoulder. You can buy it in a cow half or a full hide, and I buy full hides. So it would be this table that we're on, which is
I would say 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 foot.
6 foot by 3 foot. It's the same length but twice as wide.
What do they do to it to get to you? So they don't just skin the cow and send you leather. What do they do what do they do to get it from cow hide to leather?
So they have to butcher it. Usually we get a lot of the hides are coming from meat factories. So whatever's left over from them butchering a cow will come to a factory, and then there's multiple different ways you can process a hide, but they'll scrape all the fat off of it, and then they put it through a chemical process.
Do you know that process?
Yeah, well, it depends on which one it is. Like there's a vegetan where they use more earth-type chemicals, and then they have a chemical tan called chrome tan, and that's actually like harsh chemicals.
That's probably faster, right, than whatever the process.
Yeah. But then you also have like your traditional wares. They do brain tanning, and so brain tanning is literally, so if I were to tan your hide, I would take your brain, lay out your hide, and your brain is actually big enough that I can tan your whole entire body, and it's just enough to tan your body. So for any animal, you can use their brain to tan their hide.
Okay, thanks for the compliment on telling me I had a big brain, because there's thousands of listeners that would fucking go otherwise on that.
He's 5'2", guys.
So you take my brain and you spread it out, and you put it into the sun, and it emulsifies into my skin, and that's fucking sick. Who the fuck figured that out?
That's what I want to know.
That's disgusting.
It's been around since Native Americans, and actually it's probably even before Native Americans, because I mean, tanning actually was worldwide. People would use leather since, forever.
Jimmy, guess what? I pissed on it, didn't work.
Yeah.
Right? I licked the motherfucker, still didn't work. I put Jello on it, goddamn thing didn't work. I pulled his brain out of his fucking hand, I spread it around. That shit worked. It's ready to work. That'll work.
Look at artichokes. Would you have ever eaten an artichoke if you saw that out in the wild?
No.
You know
I
what
still don't know.
Prickly damn thing? Hell no.
I can't even think what an artichoke looks like right now. But I'm glad you said that, because what we've talked about is crabs and lobsters.
Yeah.
That's a giant spider, a giant.
That's trying to get you.
It's trying to claw your ass.
Yeah.
And the thing, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. Oh, I pulled it out.
Somebody's
that's
like,
not
I'm
good.
gonna grab and
Let
eat
me
it.
boil a bitch alive. No, first they probably boil it dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is nasty.
Yep.
And they said, put that bitch in there alive.
No, it bit somebody, and they're like, "Fuck that thing! Put it in their life."
He squoze.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He squoze Mafufu's dick. Put him in there alive. He deserves this.
So you have so there's different shades of leather. So like the tan, the black, the darker brown, some light tan.
Yep.
Does that come from the animal? Is its color? How does it get to that shade?
Big tumblers with different colors. So literally, they'll put
So they're stained before they get
they're
to
stained.
you.
Well, no, it depends. Well, yes and no.
Okay.
So like this hide right here, this is a garment hide. This is dyed before it gets to us.
Okay.
So we buy it because we like that color.
So it's a little bit darker brown. I'm trying to even think what to compare to for just people that
Mahogany.
just listen.
It's mahogany.
Okay, yeah,
It's like a mahogany.
Yeah.
It's a mahogany color.
But then like our tooling hides that are processed for like actually this right here. So this is a product that I'm designing right now for a company called Chop Merchandise.
I was gonna say this looks like a dog collar.
Dog harness. It looks like a dog
It
harness.
looks like one, but that actually, so Chop Merchandise is a motorcycle distribution company, so they make motorcycle goods.
Okay.
And we make them some of their products, and this is actually going to be holding one of their new tool rolls that we make. And so the tool roll will go in there, and it straps together, and then this will bolt on their handlebars or bolt on their frame or anything like that. But the tooling leather, this is how tooling leather comes, like this. And then Candace dyes this for us.
Which it's a light tan color.
Yeah.
Could those two pieces have come from the same cow? Can you do that from the same piece of cow?
You know, that I'm not exactly sure about, but I would guess yes. Because basically it's just the way you process it. So this one is a veggie tan, and this would be more of a kind of a chrome tan almost, that they add color to it. But then you have what's called skiving, and so they put it through machines. So cowhide is thick. Like my saddle skirting, it comes between a 10 to 15 ounce, which is, it's that thick. So 3/16 to
Cow skin's that thick?
It's thick.
Wow.
Really thick. Yeah. And then they skive it down in big machines.
Skive it. That's like layer it?
Yeah, so it's like sanding it down.
Okay.
They put it through a machine that runs like through a knife almost, and it will skive it down to super, super thin. Like this is probably 1 to 2 ounce.
Okay.
This is a 6 to 7 ounce.
Okay.
So that you measure the thickness of the leather by ounce.
Yes.
And so it doesn't matter the size; it's the thickness of it is what it is by ounce. Okay.
Yep.
So if they have a cow, for example, you've got these two different pieces here, and they split his hide in half. One could be that color, and the other could stay this lighter shade.
Yep.
And that essentially then could come from the same animal.
Yes, essentially.
Okay. All right.
What
Not
about
that they do that, but okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I've never been to a factory that it does it. I've only gathered information from some of our distributors that have come in and visited us. And
Okay.
so.
Veal, the young calves.
Yep.
Is that a type of leather you work with?
We have actually made, and that's actually called something specific, and I can't remember what that's called. But when you have an actual cast,
it's called murder, Byron. That's what I'm gonna say. It's called murder. I don't think those people listen to our show anymore.
No, I think
because they hold their head like this. It's called murder.
That stopped somewhere.
Yeah.
I think when you made fun of vegetarians.
Okay, all right.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, you can't flip flop.
All right. So, but veal's gonna have a different type of texture. Those young calves.
Yeah.
That's the soft stuff.
Yes, and that actually it really is. It's like really supple. I don't know how better to describe that besides supple, but it's just really super soft leather.
Is it pliable? Is it easier to work with?
Yep. And well, you use that more in like garments, like garment material.
When you say garments, what do you mean?
Shirts, jackets, vests, pants, your chaps that you wear, things like that.
So they make actually a leather shirt?
Oh yeah, actually, I have a badass leather shirt that we made.
Is it here?
I want some leather pants. That's really what I'm after.
I want the real tour after this fucking podcast. I want the real tour. I wanted to shit out.
I wanted to show up today in leather pants and realized I didn't have any. I was disappointed.
I wish you would have.
Wood's definitely the one that would wear that shit.
Yeah, it would have made my day.
It would have pelicans on it. Is what it would have, man. All right. So how did you? So you sold your first one to the first person, and they said, "Oh, this kid knows what he's doing." Or by this time you were an adult. This adult knows what he's doing. How did you spread on? How did you spread on it and get it out there? How do you get your name out there?
Well, 90%.
How do you get your name out there to the point where you sponsor people? Is what I'm at. No.
Well, 90% of our advertisements word of mouth. I'm a firm believer that when someone comes into the shop or someone comes into my home, I'm going to treat you like family the best I can.
You've done well.
And in all reality, that's what we all are. We all really, truly are just family. Doesn't matter what you look like, where you come from, what state, what city, what country. We're all family, and that's my personal opinion. Mm-hmm. And so I try to treat everybody, and so does Candace. We try to treat you like family. I mean, that's what we do. And so word of mouth has helped us a lot. But we do have a pretty big social media following. Are
all your just for my side, and then those that watch live and are listening, are all your social medias just B Diamond Leather?
Yep, all one word.
All super easy. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
And so it's just been word of mouth. We never advertise. It's just been honestly it's been a big blessing for us.
A couple of things then. We're all family.
Yep.
All right. I noticed kill your local pedophile.
Yep.
I'm with you. So not my family.
Correct.
I agree with you 100% on that. And I love the shirts and the patches and all the shit you have on it. Those have to sell pretty well.
They sell really well.
You know, I just saw a thing the other day where fucking Vietnam or Korea, South Korea is the American one, right? Or China. No, maybe it's China. They're killing the fucking bankers that fucked off their shit. They did the 2008 thing with the balloon payments or whatever. Yeah. They did it now, and China, some Asian country, is killing those motherfuckers. Right? And here we are, Americans, and we take pedophiles. Oh, you raped 12 kids, 5 years in prison. And you know what you do when you go to prison? You go to fucking college. You know how to do it better. So the next time you don't get caught in 6 years, you get caught in 20 years because you got all the information from these other fucking freaks in there. We should off them.
Yeah, no, we really should.
So you got a wife, right? And if I put a gun in your head and say, hey, suck a guy's dick. I mean, gun in your head, you might do it.
$20 is $20.
Okay.
Wait, you said gun.
Yeah, right.
Sorry, you said gun. Never mind. Fuck that. I'd fight you, ass.
It was a long night under the overpass, okay?
I was doing graffiti. I was fucking high from the fumes. Why are you fucking with me?
Right, but
fuck.
I can't make you be attracted to a guy.
Correct.
You're always attracted to girls.
Yep.
That's why these pedophiles, you're attracted to little babies.
Yes.
Right? I can't change that shit. I put you in jail, that's not going to change that shit.
It doesn't matter what counseling you go to. Doesn't matter where you've been.
That's why we should fucking off them. We're too humane with that shit.
Yeah, we are. It's very similar, and I think we've had this discussion on this show before.
Many times.
It's like you can't pray away the gay. If you're gay, you're gay. It's just who you are.
Yeah, you can't.
So how's that any different if that's what they are? So why are we tolerating
I said last week, I wouldn't want to pray away the gay because the more gay people, men, the more pussy I get when I'm single. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's true. You know, I don't want all you. I don't want you gay, him gay, your fucking brother, your brother.
Yeah.
All you guys gay.
Yeah, well,
because I'm the swinging dick in the room.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like you are who you are.
Yep.
And if that's who they are, that's a problem.
Well, and here's my view on this, and I'm probably going to go on a rant about this really quick, but I'll be short. But you have the purest innocence on the face of this earth is children, period. Right? Those motherfuckers try to take that away. That's their game. That's what turns them on. And that's never going to change. And it pisses me off. And I am a proud American. I love our country. I would fight and die for this country. But America's too gentle when it comes to pedophiles.
Yes, sir.
Because how is it that I've had a buddy that has gone to prison for a stupid crime?
You should have bailed him out. You fucked up there.
Well, this was after he went through court and all that. I couldn't bail him out at that point. But he went to prison for a stupid reason and was in for 5 to 10 years and got 10.
Damn.
So, well, and now a stupid reason for me might be different than other people's stupid reasons, but for me it was a stupid reason. It was a violent crime.
Some people need the ass kicked.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you hear multiple pedophiles that get 6 months and then reoffend and get a year and then reoffend.
You're right.
Why aren't we doing something about this?
I don't know.
And there's a lot of big talkers out there, but I'll tell you what, please change it into a law and we'll see what happens to the pedophiles.
I want to have this conversation with you on air. I talked to you about it earlier. I says, here you are, you make leather and you deal a lot with cowboys. You deal a lot with dominatrix.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean,
By the way, your lady called me and said that I need to let you know her stuff's done.
Okay, I'll pick it up if I get my ass kicked. And you deal a lot with motorcycle gangs.
Yep.
Now, motorcycle gangs, a lot of
they're
them.
clubs.
Clubs.
Thank you.
Okay. A lot of them are race-based.
Yes and no.
A lot of them. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them. All right, and so you got a lot of these guys that have been in and out of penitentiaries.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And when you go to prison, you do what you got to do. Like, if me and Wood went to prison on the same charge, I'd see him, but we couldn't rock together.
Correct.
Right? I'm running with the brothers, and he's running with the white dudes.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. So you got guys that come in here and
It's
they
politics.
say... It's prison politics.
Yep.
So you got a guy that comes in here and says, I want a swastika wallet and a 88 saddle.
Okay.
How do you deal with that?
Just say it's not my thing.
You just turn them away.
Yeah.
You're good with that.
Yeah, but I can do other things for you.
Okay. Such a what?
Well, I mean, if their ideology's that's fine. That's them. That's not me.
Okay.
And I can do different art for them that doesn't have to do with something like that.
Okay.
But same goes on the opposite end. If someone came in and said, "Hey, I want a Black Power wallet," I wouldn't do that either.
You wouldn't do that. So
Nope.
you're not going either end of the spectrum.
Nope. Nope. It's just not what I do.
Middle of the fucking road shit.
Yeah.
Say, do you want some skulls with flowers on? I could do that for
Yeah.
you.
I mean, if
it's awesome.
you want a big black dick on your wallet, I'll make it for you. Whatever you want.
Okay. I've had a big black dick on my wallet because my wallet was in my bed one time, and I was like, "Where the fuck's my wallet?" And it was stuck to my big black dick. So I was like, "Oh, that's worked out good." So it's funny.
Why did you guys get quiet? You guys both got quiet. Looked at me like, "Holy shit! Did he just say that?"
No, no.
You said I could say anything I wanted.
I don't
No,
know.
we looked at you like, how did you know?
I want to talk about you and beekeeping.
Okay.
How did you get into that?
So I watched a YouTube video of that. It was describing how bees literally run the earth. Bees do pollination. They give us honey. They do things for the animals of the earth. I mean, there's all these different things that bees do.
Okay.
And actually, bees over the last 10 years have been slowly dying off. Mm-hmm. And they say once bees die, if they truly go extinct, we'll die.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, I mean, I'm not like a save the planet type person. I mean, hell, I have a bunch of hot rods. I have a diesel truck. I mean,
You hate cows.
I hate
yeah,
cows.
yeah.
Well, they're polluting the air, right?
Right.
That's
And the
helping.
water. And the water.
Yeah, I take
Yeah.
that back. I am helping the world.
Okay.
One cow at a time. And so that was kind of the thought behind it. And my wife and I were like, well, let's try to do something rad that will save the bees. And we both love honey. Honey's like, if you have allergies, get honey from your area, and your allergies will go away.
Okay.
No joke. It's the craziest thing. Do I have a customer? What are you guys looking at?
Yeah. Somebody came in and they've got. It looks like it's some big. I'm trying to see what he's
Looks
carrying.
like a fucking dead black bear.
He's got a big coat or something. He just walked outside.
What is that?
And it's raining. I just washed my car.
He just
I
put.
don't know what the hell he's doing.
He put some big coat in his truck.
Anyhow, so you said, I'm going to
Yeah.
save the bees.
Yeah, so we decided, and at the time we were really she wanted to get into gardening. I mean, crap, groceries are getting outrageous nowadays. And so we kind of started doing both at the same time, and they both kind of go hand in hand, because if you have bees, they'll pollinate the garden. Your vegetables and your fruit will be twice the size. than if you didn't have bees,
Okay.
and you'll have twice as many.
Wow.
And so we just started getting into beekeeping.
How long ago?
3 years ago.
I was up the fucking street from here one time, and I was talking to this lady, and all of a sudden I hear this. I look over. There's a fucking ball of bees.
Yep.
Traveling down the fucking street.
Yeah, they left their hive.
I got into her minivan and I pulled her and her little girl into the minivan. We just closed the door and we watched this ball of bees just travel down the fucking sidewalk like they ran shit.
Yeah.
And I had told the story to somebody else and they're like, yeah, they were moving the hive.
Yep.
And the queen was in the middle.
Yep.
And they were traveling down.
Yep.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
They won't. Seeing that, you could walk almost right up to that and they won't do anything to you unless you try to mess with the queen.
Okay. Next time I see that, I'll push wood into it and see what happens.
Try it. I'm curious to find out. But
I'll
they
sacrifice
actually,
what
so
that would be.
they get sick of their hive, and then the queen will just leave, and all the worker bees go with her. We actually had that happen 2 years ago.
You had all your bees leave?
Yeah, we had this amazing hive, and we were just getting ready to split it into another. They're called supers, and so we're getting ready to split into another super. And I went out the next day to start to split it, and the bastards were gone.
They were all gone.
They were all gone, every one of them.
He called animal control. My bees ran away. Can you help me find them?
Well, no, I started
How'd they
asking
make a trip?
other
No.
beekeepers that are in the area. I said, hey, have you seen my hive? Because you'll know. And actually, if it was, how long ago was that? 2 years ago?
Did 10 years at least.
I was going to say, it could have been
Your bees.
Maybe it was my
but it was
bees.
too long ago.
So where do they go? Like,
They'll
do they
just find a new spot.
So is that where you get like the ones that like will go onto like a tree or something and you get that swarm?
Yep.
Then people have to come and cut them away.
Yeah.
And that's what they've done. They just found some random place. They're like, home.
Yeah, this is better. This is better than where we're at.
What's the benefit of having bees, though? For you?
Fresh honey, our vegetables, and we have a fruit tree, twice as many fruits and vegetables. And we kind of, I mean, honestly, kind of makes me feel a little good that I'm, at least in my hive, we're saving a little bit of the bees.
Do you go out there with the shit and all
yeah.
that? And how do you get the honey? You got to scrape. You scrape the honey in the jars?
No.
Is it honey's ready to eat right there?
Oh yeah, I could scrape it right off the hive, and you could just eat the cone and all.
Really?
Yeah, but that's not what we do. So you wait till the end of the season, and the end of the season is usually towards the middle of fall, and then you separate your. So you have supers. So there's 3 boxes on top of each other. The 2 bottom boxes are for the bees. Top box is the honey you're going to keep.
Okay.
Usually for a top box, you're going to get probably between 10 to 20 pounds of honey.
Pounds.
Pounds.
Shit.
And so
That's a lot of honey.
Yeah, so you kind of make sure that the queen is in the lower 2 boxes somewhere, and then you put a lid on the 2 bottom boxes, and then you take that top box and you take it to. There's a place down here in Ogden on Washington, or I have a buddy that has I can't remember what the machine's called.
Yeah, it's the one that's just past Slackwater, right?
Yeah. And,
I've seen that
Yeah, and
place,
you just take them your screens, and then it just spins the honey out of the screens, and then the honey all goes down into your whatever you brought, jars, buckets, whatever.
The crazy thing about honey, and I'm going to tell you something you already know, is that it never goes bad.
Never.
You can get honey 5,000 years ago from the Egyptians and still eat that honey.
Yep.
And it's good to go.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
So
it's one of the only things that does that, by the way.
What is?
I didn't know anything else had done it.
Mm-mm.
What do you do? Like, what about the queen? Does she die every year? Do you have to get a new one? How does that work?
No, usually the queen will last a couple of years, but when the queen is getting ready to die, the worker bees will actually, I guess, inseminate another egg, and that one egg is actually inseminated to be a queen. And then
Wow.
they groom that one, and then when that one hatches, the queen usually gets killed or kicked out or is dead.
That's badass. So he nuts. He's like, that's my best shit,
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, and there's
Take
actually
that.
one
That's a queen,
particular
motherfucker.
worker bee that does it, and he's a bigger bee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get- damn.
Yeah,
So from like
Take my nut. My
So
special
from
queen. No, wait, I'm
fall
not done.
to
I'm not
yeah,
done.
you
Wood.
are.
I'm not
From
done.
fall
I'm not
to
done.
next spring.
No, Wood, listen.
What
listen.
happens to the queen that's still alive?
I'm still going to say, Wood, my royal nut.
Yeah.
Don't swallow this one. It's royal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they basically bathe in it, so they're bathing in it.
Huh. Yeah, that's Keith. Yeah, you nailed it. He would bathe in his nut. Anyway,
He's the big worker bee.
I'm proud of myself.
So you have to kind of store your hive for the winter. And so you'll cover it, make sure they stay warm. But bees actually keep themselves warm, and they actually huddle around the queen.
They don't hibernate?
No.
Okay.
No, but they will stay within. They never leave the hive once the hive has been shut down for the winter. But they'll hibernate. No, not hibernate. They vibrate around the queen. And if you ever hear the buzzing in a hive, that's actually them vibrating to keep everything warm.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always wondered through the winter how they stuck around.
Yeah.
I figured every insect just died and then started over.
No, and you will lose a whole hive sometimes depending on how well the hive lasted through the winter. They'll die off, or you have to get a new hive or whatever. It's just kind of the way beekeeping goes.
So, being that we are in the beehive state, do you get many requests for your leather to have bees or beehives or anything like that?
Yeah.
Or has it even happened?
Yeah, we get requests all the time for either a beehive or like honeycomb stuff on it or whatever.
Honeycomb kids.
Yeah. It's not small. No. I was a honeycomb kid.
Why are you into Halloween? What would that do to you?
Halloween's the most amazing holiday ever.
Why?
Well, so from a little kid, my family's always been into Halloween. So originally, I'm from Southern Orange County, California.
That root beer is getting you drunk. That root beer Snaggles is fucking you up.
That's why I had to switch to water.
Okay.
I have to drive home. So my family's always been into Halloween, and my dad always loved scaring the shit out of us kids.
No, that was my cue to get a drink.
Oh, well, damn.
No, that's a drink
I was like,
cue.
shit, what happened?
No, he did good.
So we would put on a haunted house every year in our garage, and legitimately people would come from multiple cities around just to go through our haunted house in our garage. And so it's just always been something that's been a part of my life ever since I was a little kid. Matter of fact, we would go through Riverside, California, which is more inland, and there's an old cemetery in Riverside, California. My dad used to drive a International Scout. Well, I don't know why as kids we were so stupid. Well, kids, first off, kids are fucking stupid.
Yeah, there you go.
First off, let's start with that.
Yeah, I can
But
that.
we never recognized that. My mom would get out of the car at the front of the cemetery. Okay, we never recognized that. But then my dad would drive in, and miraculously, every time we went through the cemetery, he was out of gas. And the car would die next to this one mausoleum that was open, and there was a... Now, in my mind, there was a huge open casket, and then all of a sudden, scratching on the door.
Here comes your mom, right?
And my dad and mom named this creature Dirty Dingus McGee.
Okay.
That fucking, you say that name in my family and people get scared instantly. You can just whisper it, Dirty Dingus McGee. Freaks people out.
6 adults pissing themselves.
My cousin will still pee himself.
Okay, even cousins, even went that way.
Danny Powell pisses himself still. So, and it became this thing. And so scaring always has been a big part of, Halloween and things like that.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what started. And I mean, I just love Halloween, love Frankenstein, love all the things that happen. I love the kids going around having fun. And
Thriller Michael Jackson, you love that.
Love it all.
Love that shit.
I love it.
So you decorate your house for Halloween, big time. You get into it. You sit on a porch and scare kids.
Yeah.
You never handed out dry dog food and cough drops for Halloween.
No, I'm not that dick.
Yeah, I did that.
No.
But I was young. I didn't have any fucking money. I forgot it was Halloween.
Then you give $1.
What?
That's the rule.
I said I was young.
That's the rule.
I said I was young. Hence, I didn't have any money.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
$1. You're rich over here.
Car Club.
Yes.
You're the president, co-president, founder.
I am one of two. So me and another buddy of mine are the founders of the Unlucky Ones Car Club. And then I'm also the Junction City, which the original name for Ogden is Junction City. I'm the Junction City chapter president.
What does that entail?
The car club or being a president?
Car Club first.
So Car Club, we are a vintage American classic car club that also allows certain year vintage VWs in it as well.
Why VWs?
Well,
that's not even American.
It's not American, but in the custom car culture, some of the very first vehicles that were really truly being customized were Volkswagens.
Oh.
Old VW Bugs, VW buses, Type 3s.
So the Baja VW, which the California shit where they put the big exhaust on the back
the
and all shit
Stinger.
and jacked them up.
Yep.
That was called a Stinger?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
But predominantly we are American classic.
All right.
We are a brotherhood more than a car club. We have traditional club values. So we have a hierarchy: president, vice president, sergeant at arms, secretary, things like that. But really, we're a big family. We span all over Utah. We have a nomad chapter. We have a chapter up in Canada. It's actually been my life for the last 25 years.
That long you've been doing this?
Yeah.
All right. And
97.
How'd you become president?
Well, so when the club first started, we started out of Salt Lake City. And for the first little bit, the other co-founder, his name's Rich D. He owns... he owns another tattoo shop down in Salt Lake. I don't know if you guys want me to say the name since we have a sponsor.
Yeah.
But he owns the Big Deluxe Tattoo Studio in Salt Lake.
Big D, yeah.
Yep. And him and I decided we were going to start a club, and we made up the bylaws, and we both had a vehicle at the time. And it's kind of a who's going to be president, who's going to be vice president type thing. And he got president, I got vice president. And then after about 2 or 3 years, and I can't remember exactly, then I became the president of the Salt Lake chapter, and I was president of the Salt Lake chapter for about 13 or 14 years.
What does that entail, though? Do people come and kiss your ring? They got to wash your car? I mean, what happens there?
No, it's just, it's kind of like everybody's, in our reality, in our club, pretty much everybody's equal. No one's better than anybody else. President holds its own title and has its own things that it has to do. We are the head of the club in that particular chapter. Or head figure, I should say.
Okay.
But there's just a lot of things that is entailed in all the different positions within the club. Everything from my position to the road captain to just a normal member or a prospect, because you have to prospect to get into our club.
What is prospecting for people that don't know?
Prospecting is the point where you want to be a part of a particular club, and you hang out with that club. You wear whatever they have you wear, whether it's a prospect patch or whatever, and you're getting to know the club, and the club's getting to know you. In our club, you're not a bitch. You don't have to do bitch things. But if a patch member asks you to do something, you need to do it.
Ask or tell.
Ask.
Okay.
Yep. And we also have a rule that I won't ask you to do anything I wouldn't do.
So that's washing cars.
Yep.
That's gassing up my car. That's putting air in my tires.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but as a brother, you should want to do that anyways to help your brother out.
Okay.
You know, I know multiple times that I've been to multiple brothers' houses, helping them build their car, work on their car. If they run out of gas, get their gas. I had a brother that ended up in the hospital a couple months ago in the middle of the night. His wife called me and said, "Hey, can you watch our kids?" I watch his kids till 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's friend shit, though.
That's a brotherhood.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because I have friends, quote unquote, that wouldn't do that for me, but I have brothers that would do it in a heartbeat.
Ugh.
How long do you...
I cut them friends out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's me.
How long do you prospect before, typically?
It honestly, prospecting kind of depends on you. If you're doing what you need to be doing, if you're coming around the club, if you're going to events, if you're, just living up to the standard of an unlucky one's prospect, then it could be as little as a year. It could be as long as you want it to be.
And how often do you guys meet and get together and do different things?
Well, we have club meetings once a month, but we get together like we had a car show last weekend we went to. We had a car show the weekend before that we went to. We have a car show this weekend that we're going to.
Are these your car shows or are these other people's car shows? You guys?
Yeah,
okay.
Other people's car shows. Okay. And so you just never know about the car shows. There's usually always a car show in good weather, right? Mm-hmm. But then we also get together for barbecues to hang out if someone needs help on their car that they need a second hand. I mean, we're always together. Oh. Going out to dinner together, going to events together, things like that.
Do you have to wear your unlucky ones? That's called what is that called?
That's our cut.
So, God damn, that's right. And what's the thing on the bottom called?
So we just run a single patch.
Okay.
And so, like in a motorcycle club, most of them have a 3-piece patch. So they have a top rocker, a center patch, and then the bottom rocker.
Rocker. Yeah.
But ours is just one whole solid piece.
And that's the whole unlucky ones with the skull, the knives.
Yep.
And then what's at the bottom here?
Those are how many times I've stabbed people.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Don't fuck with me.
That's a lot of bail money right there.
It's a lot. Well, you have to get caught to make bail.
Fair enough.
No, those are just different club patches.
Okay.
Are those different club patches across the Americas? Like that's Canada, that's California?
No, the ones that are on my cut this is Salt Lake ones, and these are Junction City ones over here, and then the front has different patches.
No. I'm talking about knifes on the back right there. What are those?
The knives?
Yeah.
Those, well, that's for the Down and Dirty car show that the Salt Lake chapter puts on every year. And actually, if you're into hot rods and custom cars and motorcycles and things like that, actually it's open now to any kind of custom vehicle. The Down and Dirty show is one of the raddest shows to go to in Salt Lake.
When's that?
I don't know if they set a date. It's usually in June or August.
Okay.
And where is it?
Usually down in Salt Lake. Last year, it was, you know where that DI is on 70? Is it 7200 in Redwood?
Sure.
Somewhere right around in there. I can't remember the exact location. And then the Junction City chapter puts on the Junction City Classic, and that is August 13th in the parking lot behind my building.
Okay. So your wife told me she met you when you were a break dancer.
Yes.
So you
well, not just a break dancer, the best break dancer around.
Around where?
In Utah and California.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I used to do battles and competitions. No joke. Why are you looking at me and judging me and not believing that I could break dance better than most people? That was racist.
That's
Did
not
you see
what I'm
that?
saying.
There's got to be some YouTube video of that.
I'm looking at an old person.
YouTube.
Is what I'm looking at. Well, my question is,
Vintage YouTube.
Beach Street or Breakin'?
That's a hard one because Beach Street had good pop locking, but Breakin' had better break dancing.
And Beach Street had better graffiti.
Way better graffiti.
Okay, so
because those dudes were actually legitimate graffiti artists back then.
Yeah, and that was also the New York City Breakers.
Yep.
So what you got?
I was good at pop locking, but my ground game's really good. Well, it was.
Answer the goddamn question, Byron. Beach Street or Breakin'? Turbo.
Beach Street. No, Beach Street.
You know Boogaloo Shrimp just died, right?
No.
Yeah, he died about a year ago.
Oh, crap.
I know, we're getting old, ain't we?
Yeah. Damn.
Hey, that scene where Turbo's out there with the broom and shit with the Kraftwerks one, you see me doing my shit?
Yeah.
Hey.
He's killing it.
How long were you in the breaking, man?
From 8 to about 18, 19.
So that's 10 years, 10, 11 years. You were into that shit.
Really into it. And then after that, I got into hip-hop. Well, towards the end of breaking, so here's the hard part. So breaking was really big in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
And then towards the end of the 80s, then hip-hop came around.
Yeah.
And I got really big into hip-hop as well.
Okay.
But then I was adding in my break dancing and my
shooting people.
pop locking.
Oh, no, I thought you...
with the hip-hop.
Okay.
And then hip-hop started going back into breaking again.
Okay.
And so I started doing that. But then after that, I got into freestyle tap dancing. And then I also got into teaching.